YouTube world, how you guys doing? This time we're doing a box. Okay, look at what's going on here. Light fade on the side. Really tricky up in here. It's got a little lighter hair. You look up in there, one zap, and it's going to be a bald spot. So we're going to talk about some clipper and comb again today, and just get you guys a step by step. Okay, you know it's been my signature. Left side, it's already been done. Light fade on the bottom, box on the top. We can sharpen the top up a little bit longer. Yes. Okay, so it's like already done on that side, so I'm going to show you how we got there. Just an open 5 position, no guard on. Coming up about half the distance from, you want to say, his neck to the top of the head. You'll hear me say on another DVD, the hat line. I used to be an educator. I'm actually a former educator for the Andis Clipper Company under the tutelage of the great Adrian. Just shout out for you, Mr. Zoot. But he used to use the term hat line. I like that. If he put a baseball hat on, it would probably sit right about there. So I'm going to clear out the bottom, any of the excess hair you're not going to need. I'm going to take it up. I'm taking the hair up to the hat line, which is right about there. Fold the ear back. Let my customer sit back for me. Okay, that's your initial setup. Now the objective is obviously to blend the hair that looks like this to the hair like that without seeing any lines in between. Okay, I'm going to start off with a clipper and comb. This is just to create myself some space. Cut the hair down to size, just along that line. It's not mandatory, but I'll go here and I'll add it with a free clipper. This is so I'm not struggling with my guards. Okay, sometimes the guard pushes the hair out of the way before it actually cuts it. Okay, so I'm going to pick the hair up with a comb. Notice I'm angling the comb. I'm picking it up, but I'm angling it back slightly. And it begins to fade that line out for me. Back in the day, or even for some of the barbers that just swear by clipper and comb and rarely use guards, this is what they were fading with. So just shout out to the old school barbers. And I know they probably got carpal tunnel a lot quicker than any of us. Because clipper and comb was the way that they cut. Some of them was the best cuts. Nice and smooth tapers, nice and smooth soft fades. So we're gonna try to do a soft fade on the side. The top will be a box. See how that just happens? I hadn't picked up a guard yet. In a minute here, I will use a guard just for the sake of time. And I'll revert back to my clipper and comb. Really important, if you look close, all in this area, like about from where this line's at up in here, there's a lot of little tight curls that a lot of time happens with a box. Just underneath where the box length is at, or where it's starting to get longer, you'll see a whole bunch of curls a lot of time. You want to make sure you get those out. Combing and brushing those out. If it's trying to fade those, you might zap one and it'll turn into a real light spot just because you didn't see it was a curl there. Alright. Once that's been done, I'm not going to take my old guard. This is where I'm safe and sorry. Make sure you take off more. You can always take off what you need later. You don't want to take off too much too early. Alright. So just with a light hand, there's an old guard. Use the hair cut at 3/16 of an inch. Which means it's going to keep plenty on there. Force the fade, and by coming down like this, you got a little bit of room for error there. Okay, so see how it smooths that out? I know barbers somewhere, you know, that would sell that haircut, sad to say. But I was that guy once upon a time, so I guess I can't complain. Couldn't figure out how to fade until I started figuring out my guards. Alright, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have an O guard on. Actually, let me step back, excuse me. That same O guard that we almost took off. Just relax, sir. Okay, you hear that hair cutting? Those are the hairs that I would have missed if I jumped to a 16th. Could I have gotten that line out with a 16? Yeah, over the years of me practicing the trade, I know how to get that line out. For those of you guys who are just starting, go ahead and take your time with that O guard, because if you hear it cutting hair, that would have been one level you would have missed in your fade, and that's the reason why the customer may end up choosing someone else across town opposed to you, because you didn't take your time and fade it in. Okay, let's do that just before we go to our 00 guard. Okay, now we're on a 00 guard, which is also referred to as your 16th. 00 is actually printed on the guard. It's just your blade identification, letting you know what company you got it from. Different companies are going to give you slightly a different cut, no different than like anything else you buy. For example, if you buy a pair of Nikes or Adidas, they're both a 10.5, 11. It may fit slightly different. Okay? So know that with guards, if you get a Speedo guard, for example, versus an Andis or a wall guard, it may cut it just a tad bit different on the length. I'm just going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This should do the job. You see it starting to fade there, and then I'll come back with my clipper and comb. Trim up the top and it'll be done. I'm a little behind. I gotta catch the little man right before you. Still got you, all right? Okay, now I'm back to where I started, clipper and comb. Looking for any of the dark spots. We may have you on YouTube today, Stan. Is that okay?
Huh?
He said, huh? We may have you on YouTube today.
Oh.
Do your push-ups or whatever you need to do, you know, get yourself, you know. What I'm doing here, I'm going closing the clipper, going clipper and comb here. Whatever that doesn't get for me, I'm flipping it back open and just tapping it with the edge of my clipper. So that works. So that's something I'll do it pretty quick, but in my brain, that's what I'm doing. Clipper and comb here. Anything that doesn't catch, I'm flipping it open, catching the edges. Real tricky area just because the hair is going from so low here to so long or high. Your customer with curlier hair, like a white dude, cut the white dude versus the black dude, you'll see where it tends to get a little challenging right up in here. Okay, and I can use my freehand clipper. Nice straight hand, just going straight up like a box. A lot of time what I like to do, I like to stop right here and do his outline, do his lineup. Okay, I'm gonna make one shape here. Do that arch shape over his ears, and we're gonna do a C shape right in the front here. I'm gonna ask him to stop chewing his gum. He doesn't know that, but there's something that actually helps that air if it's not moving. Very light hand. You watch his face. It's not supposed to cut the skin, just the hair. So very light hand. And Then I'll turn it upside down to allow us to get the excess. And now it's our front box. I'm gonna make sure I comb all these small hairs down, prevent from pushing him back. So he's getting that part in there too, right? Get his part in there, right? Right. Get his part in there, right? Okay, he's getting a little part in here, so I'm actually going to cut the part in this way, which can seem a little strange, but I know that this is the way the hair is going to be shaped afterward. It's a little pointer. I'm going to ride the clipper right up the heel. See how that works? There's the excess hair that needs to get, it's going to need to be cut out the way anyway. If you look closer, have our cameraman come a little closer. If you're watching, I put that down. You can see the part for a quick second and then pull it up and it tends to disappear. So it's in there, but there's a lot of excess hair around it. So what I'll do is put my line in and take the corner of a comb. Just kind of comb it out. See all the extra hair? That's what you already cut off. And we'll do it again. Come around the corner here. Up the hill. Take our comb it out. Okay. Well, that brings us to the final stage, which is just molding that top up so it actually looks like a box. What I do is try to look at areas like this. If I handed him the mirror, back when I had a box, this years ago, all of this here was tend to stick out at times, so I'll catch him here. Keep your nice pick handy. Now that side I already kind of pre-cut it before the video for the sake of time, but I want to get it up nice and tall so you can get a nice square shape on there. Of course, you got nice full hair. This is a young cousin of mine. Say hi, cousin. Say hi to YouTube.
Hi.
So it always helps when you got a good canvas, right? You got a real nice thick grade of hair there, so that helps for the bottom. Again, I'm just riding that flat area of the clipper there, straight up in there. Around the front, I'm going to come here. When I was cutting this from scratch, a lot of time what I do is just put a guideline straight across here. And left to right. Draw straight for, not draw, but cut one straight down the middle. Front to back. And we're back to our 4 quarters. We got 2 guidelines, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just take your time to match them up. Okay, same thing here, we'll go around the sides. Just packed in there a little bit. Notice I take my finger just to meet the clipper right on the edge. What I'm trying to do is kind of help mold or help the clipper out to get an exact cut right on that edge there. You may see me with the clipper sideways here, my hand on the top. You may see me with the clipper on top, my hand on the side.